All right, I know it's been quite some time now since I made a YouTube video. So this YouTube video is just gonna be an example off of one of the models I ended up showing you guys in one of the videos I made. So this is just gonna be an example on today's price action, which would be uh August 7th. Um, what is it, Thursday? Today, Thursday? Yeah, on a Thursday. So, just gonna go ahead and get right to it. So, if you guys had a bullish bias, which I don't know why you would, but let's say we have a bullish bias. We see that market opened, we were very bearish with everything. So, if you still want to stick to your model, you would have come across this as a model. So, looking at this, if we are bullish, we want to see our higher high, lower low, higher high, just high, low, and we wanted to catch that low. So what do we see? We see a 4-hour discount PD ray. So that will be our 4-hour key level. With using time frame alignment with a 4-hour key level, we would then go to a 1-hour CRT. So I marked out my CRT. I marked out my CRT when we were down in this low, in this wick. So what did I do? I marked the high and the low of the CRT level. You guys could have done. I'm pretty sure the accurate one would have been a 15 because we didn't even tap into CE point of this 4-hour. So you can use that, or that probably would have messed you up. So we would have just focused on this 1-hour key level. So we have a 1-hour key level right here. This works for both. It's just that the 4-hour, I didn't like the way we barely tapped into it. So I would have done 1 hour using a 15-minute highs and lows. What do we see on these highs and lows on this 15-minute candle? Because that's what we're focused on. Remember, guys, using time frame alignment. So if we're using 1 hour, we're going to focus on a 15-minute CRT candle, which is the CRT highs and lows. And then you can use your 5 or 1 minute entry. For this example, I used a 1 minute entry. So what do we see here? Let me just go into replay mode. So here's our clear high and low. We tapped into a PD ray and we swept liquidity. So since all this is already combined together, we want to now seek our entry in the range of these highs and lows. You guys could have also done a turtle soup. There is a turtle soup entry using this model, but I don't use turtle soup. Still barely understand on how people use turtle soup. I think I have a general idea, but can't really go into depth with that. So what do we see here? Hopefully I can make price. There's a 1 second. Yeah, never mind. Hopefully I can make price slowly just build up. So we tapped into a discount PD ray. If we want to go long, we need that discount PD ray to be tapped into. Vice versa. If we're going short, we want the premium PD ray to get tapped into. So I went in a 1 minute time frame. On this 1 minute time frame, what did I see? I see this huge imbalance right here, lined up with a 1 minute market structure shift or an order block. I decided to just take the 1 minute inverse off this trade. So I don't know why my screen was highlighted. So this is where I got filled. I already took my short trade for today, so this was a mock trade, but I'm not even gonna show my short trade. Short trade was really easy. My short trade would have been all the way from right here Oh yeah, I mean technically this is my entire short that I'm in if I were to leverage that TP, but filled up here, ended up closing right, I think right up here. Ended up closing right up here because of I took this trade on an eval, so for 50% consistency rule, I had to stay in their kind of bullshit limit. Otherwise, I would have had my TP down to this high time frame equilibrium, which was also lined lower into PD ray and negative for standard deviation. If you know, you know on standard deviation. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that in a couple of my videos. If not, please, if you guys want more information on standard deviation or any other fib levels, feel free to comment down below and I can go ahead and make that video for you guys. But in the meantime, 1 minute inverse, and as we can see on this 1 minute entry, what do we also see? A shit ton of consolidating or consolidation. We can also expect this to be accumulation, manipulation into a PD ray. Then we start seeing distribution. We also have our candle opening price right here. You guys can set this as your TP, which I've done before, but I am going with the rules on this high of the 15-minute candle that we marked out. If you went break even on this mark, you would have been tapped on to break even, but I knew we weren't going to go any lower. Other confluences you guys can use with this is, let's say we want a 15-minute time frame. What do we see? We see this huge 15-minute wick. Usually on what I do, if I want price continuation, I want to see our swing points get created, which we had right here. We have our swing point. And marking our swing point, I wanted to see price respect the upper half of this wick. For those of you that know, this is a rejection block entry. So this would have been your rejection block entry for those that use Powell's entry. I use a different entry that can still get you a bottom tick. This was just a simple, I think it was equilibrium, to be honest. This one was an equilibrium 1 minute inverse for right gap. Got filled down here. This was just a patience game. I would not have gone to break even because of how bearish we are with everything. As you guys can see, we're basically going to bottom tick this entire move. But I am strictly targeting this 15-minute high. If you guys would take a look onto other premium PD rays, if this would be a potential reversal, we would also target any other 4-hour inverse for value gaps or a 1-hour BPR. We have one right here. I think the market ended up coming up to here, but I'm going to go ahead and skip it. Skip this entire replay. So this is our trade. This is what it all would have looked like. I'm going to go ahead and cancel it and see on how we could have had partials set up. So going back to what I said earlier, we did have our 1 minute PD arrays right up here. So this could have also been your overall drawn liquidity. So let's say I just wanted to simply mark out this BPR. Would have gone the 5 minutes. Would have had partials for this using our exact rules, but this is a 1 to 4, guys. So can't really complain on that. If you guys wanted to 2x everything, you guys would have target your PD array or back into equilibrium of this entire range. So pretty small 10-minute, maybe 11-minute if I want to see if I can get anything else into this. The only reason why we did have this drop is as you guys would be following order flow with the trade that you're in, we noticed that we had a 5-minute gap. Usually I use 5-minute time frames as an entry point, so this 5-minute gap would have been my entry point, but I also wanted to see that 1 minute entry as I kind of knew where it was all going to be at. Like I said, I had a standard deviation placed, I think, on this 5 minutes. So we have a standard deviation right up here. We have our manipulation swing lined up with a PD array. We line that down. So this will be my confluence. My confluence is why we are bullish. Why am I going to take a long? People on a higher time frame or throughout the day would be like, why did you go long today? Well, this would be my reason. Even though I didn't go long on any of my fundeds, this was just a paper because I've already hit my max limits on everything. So why I wanted to go long. We hit equilibrium as we had a PD array, a high time frame PD array in equilibrium. I wanted to see that get respected because we were also lined up with a standard deviation. I'm not sure if we had a SMT, but that's enough confluence that I need for a price reversal. So you guys also got to keep in mind because of this huge dip that we had, probably like, I don't know, 0.6% on NASDAQ. We were down for the day. There's going to be some buyers that see a dip. So this is where we had the volume start to increase for buyers. So as we had price consolidate, manipulate into a PD array, we started to see a natural doji and this huge bullish candle closure above our previous candles. So if I look, we have respecting equilibrium, we have our lower time frame manipulated into a PD array, we have a reversal reaction off of a negative 2.5 standard deviation reversal point. What do I also see? We see that we have a doji candle and order block. That would have given me enough confluence on those time frames to go on a 1 minute time frame and just simply enter for a better RR trade opportunity. Um, would have marked out this 15-minute candle highs and lows. Usually, how I know this trading strategy ends up working out is because we see this huge expansion on this candle. If we saw, like, for example, we wanted to mark out a 15-minute candle, it wouldn't be this candle right here at all because of how the range is. With the open, high, low, close, this will be our candle that we're focusing on. This right here would just be our turtle soup entry or our liquidity sweep, and this is what we needed. We need this low to get swept, which it did. We would then go on a 1 minute. I use this as an inverse for my entries. Highly recommend you guys doing the same thing if you guys want to use this trading strategy. Works on every time frame. Like I said, you guys need to work on your time frame alignment. For those of you that don't know that, I have that information also in my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure it might be in the essentials playlist, but if you guys don't find it, feel free to comment down in the comments and then I'll simply just reply based off of that. I don't want to make too many videos that are unnecessary. Like I said, my YouTube channel is just going to be for experienced traders and for beginners. Not super, super beginners because I'm not going to go ahead and teach that. Waste my time. I'm just going to say go to TGR's bootcamp. He'll give you a setup. So we have our liquidity sweep, order block right here. Our inversion fair value gaps would have entered in this entire range and let price slowly but surely go back up into our TP. You would have gone on your time frame or on other time frames to know what's happening in the bigger picture. In the bigger picture, we had this huge expansion. We created our fair value gap. We want to fill that in. We might have gone a little bit deeper because we also created a 15 minutes. We respected that. As we saw that getting respected simply off of the 15-minute PD array, I already knew TP was going to get hit because now that we're starting to form bullish order flow, a bullish trend, we're going to target these highs up here. Simple as that, guys. Like I said, if you guys wanted extended profits, you guys would have gone a higher time frame, focused on a premium PD array. That would have been your expansion. Calm 1 to 8 bottom tick right here, guys. So 15-minute video actually. If you guys have any questions, ifs or other things like that, feel free to comment. If you guys want to have my daily updates on price action, order flow, or any kind of bias that I have that all inside my Discord. It's not really active now, but the more people I can get interacting with these videos, marketing myself out just to help you guys out. Um, I'm not here to make you guys profitable. I'm here to just share on what I know. That's the whole point on this whole entire YouTube channel. If it helps you, then it helps you. You know what I mean? So, but enough yapping. This would have been your guys' trade if you guys were bullish for today. But I like to think on the higher time frame narrative, I want to see some bearish momentum continuation. Please like and subscribe. Visit my Discord, free community, guys. It's just nothing is with a price. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.